Hey, I'm going to share with you the 7 crucial facts that you must know about NEXA Mortgage before you even think about joining NEXA Mortgage. So if NEXA is on your radar and you're thinking about joining the company, then sit back, get ready to take some notes because we're going to do a deep dive and we're getting after it right now. Hey, this is Paul Dunn with NEXA Mortgage, and if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about work and earn and sleep and play and hanging out and growing your business over here at NEXA Mortgage, then go ahead, hit that little bell, tap that little button, subscribe button, and you'll be among the first to be notified anytime I drop a new video. Now, I talk to originators every single day about making that move to NEXA Mortgage, and I absolutely love it. So if NEXA is on your radar and you're thinking about making that move and want to know what our group is doing here at NEXA Mortgage differently than other groups, then go ahead and shoot me a call, send me a text message, use that little link below to schedule a private one-on-one, and we can talk about what NEXA can offer to you and how our group can help you grow your business. So now every time I'm talking to originators about making that move, there's 7 things that always come up. There's 7 facts that they need to know about. So in this video, what we're going to do is a deep dive into the 7 crucial facts that you must know before making that move to NEXA Mortgage. And guess what? We're digging into it right now. Okay, fact number 1, NEXA Mortgage is basically a cloud-based mortgage brokerage. You see, everything kind of revolves around the loanofficersupport.com platform. And inside of there, what you're going to find is over 100 NEXA staff members who are ready and able to help you right now. So if you need help from a staff member, then you just log into Loan Officer Support, find the section that you're looking for, hit that little Zoom button, and then you'll be connected. So who can you talk to in Loan Officer Support? Well, you've got payroll, you've got HR and onboarding, you've got licensing, virtual assistants, compliance, accounting, bookkeeping, marketing, event coordination, and really a whole ton more. And number 2 is NEXA's training schedule. You see, NEXA has over 120 training classes every single month. That's over 25 hours of live training per week. It's not like you just go in and watch a recorded video. Although we do have the recordings, you get to go into the live session. You can raise your hand, you can ask questions, you can interact with the instructors. In fact, you can interact with other attendees of the trainings. So the trainings are taught by the NEXA staff, by high producing originators, by some of the wholesalers, some vendors, by the academy, and a lot more. And what's really cool is these just aren't really little local trainings. These are put on by top producers nationwide. So you've got training on lead generation, social media lead generation, realtor relationships, CRM mastery, selling specialty loan products, goal setting and business building, recruiting realtors, and recruiting loan originators to your business, best practices for the mortgage business, marketing, compliance, leveraging borrower paid compensation. And really, there's a whole lot more. So everything that you really need to run your mortgage business and grow your mortgage business and grow your revenue share is taught inside NEXA Mortgage. So number 3 is going to be coaches and out-of-state referrals. You see, NEXA Mortgage right now has 34 coaches on staff, and they're looking to add more every single day too. So if you end up coming to NEXA and you want to be a coach, then inquiry, talk to the staff about that. So the coaches will help you with your business. They can help you with reputation management. They can help you with budgeting, with call tracking, with best practices, credit repair, websites, funnels, lead generation, pretty much anything out there that you might need help with. So let's say that you've got a loan that needs to be placed with a niche lender that you're not familiar with, right? So what you do is you're going to log into Loan Officer Support. You're going to do a search for a coach who is specific to that lender, and then they can help walk you through the process so that you have a successful loan with that lender you're not familiar with. And then there's coaches that specialize in specific products, like bank statement loans, like hobby farms, hard money maybe, DSCR, or even doing loans in Mexico. How cool is that? So let's say that you've got a loan for a borrower in Virginia, but you're not licensed in Virginia. So what you're going to do is come over here and log into Loan Officer Support. You're going to select the state, which is going to be, well, we're going to scroll all the way down to Virginia. I don't know why I picked Virginia. And let's say that it's a VA loan, right? So we're going to come over here and type it's a VA loan. And then all of a sudden, we're going to get some loan officers here or some coaches here that you can refer that loan out to. So how do you refer out the loan? Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is click this live button, hop on a Zoom call with that coach, talk to them about the loan and see if they've got the capacity to take that on for you. And if you like them and you're comfortable with them, and by the way, you're going to want to check reviews too. That's really important. Then after you've spoken with them, you click this little referral loan button, and guess what? You can refer out that loan, and then you can still get the referral fee on that transaction as well. And coming in at number 4 is Originator collaboration. You see, when I'm out there talking to originators about the possibility of joining NEXA, one of the biggest fears they have is because NEXA is basically a cloud-based mortgage brokerage, that they'll be 100% on their own, kind of like they're out on an island, right? So, but I got to tell you, that's got to be about the furthest thing from the truth. You see, Nexans have a huge sense of community. So let's talk about a couple things here. Number 1 is you do have the support of loanofficersupport.com. You've got the support staff, you've got the vendors, you've got the lenders, you've got the coaches, you've got events in there. You've got access to a lot of stuff that you can just jump directly on a Zoom call and get some assistance with. But let's take it a step further than that. I mentioned earlier that Nexans like to collaborate together, right? So we have an internal Facebook group that only NEXA loan officers, admin, leadership, and other staff can be members of. And that's a great place where Nexans like to go and collaborate. They'll share success stories. They'll share what works in the world of marketing, what works in the world of attracting realtors to your business, what works in the world of attracting other loan officers to your business. It's a place where our originators go not just to brainstorm and share ideas, but also share their favorite lenders for specific loan products. It's a place where you can go and interact with leadership. I'm talking not just, the leadership, but all the way to the top. I'm talking Mike Cordes will interact with you. It's really awesome. It's a place where you can chat with other NEXA originators, share business building ideas, and even documents as well. There's a whole library involved in there. And I got to tell you, it's an invaluable tool for growing your business at NEXA. And number 5 is going to be the NEXA 4-way compensation plan. And in fact, this is so important that I've done another video that does a deep dive into how that compensation plan works, and you can check it out right here. Now, basically, NEXA has 4 ways that originators can get paid. Number 1 is your standard commissions, and most originators set the base pay at 275 basis points, meaning NEXA gets 275 basis points paid by the lender to NEXA, and out of that 275 basis points, you get paid 220 by NEXA. Number 2 is the bonus commissions. So let's say that you're a big time producer and you funded 3 million in transactions during the month. Once you hit those 3 million, anything beyond 3 million, you get bonus commissions, and that's going to be 55 basis points. So now instead of making 220, you make that full 275. And number 3 is going to be the partnership compensation. And so basically think about this as getting compensated for contribution to growing the company. Let's say you introduce 10 producing LOs to the company. Then instead of your bonus commissions kicking in at 3 million, they kick in at 2 million. But let's say that you're pretty aggressive and you know a lot of originators out there and you introduce 15 producing loan officers to the company. Then instead of getting that bonus commission at 3 million or 2 million, you get it at 1 million. But let's say that you're a rock star and you're connected to originators all over the country and you've introduced 20 producing loan officers to the company, right? So instead of waiting for 3 million, 2 million, or even 1 million, you get that full 275 from the get-go. Now, I know that one of the things you're thinking about is, well, if I'm getting the full 275 basis points from the get-go, how is NEXA making money? Well, here's the secret. If you introduce 20 producing LOs to NEXA Mortgage, they're making money. Now, this is a great opportunity to take your earnings to a different level, and that's only through your production as well as introducing originators to NEXA Mortgage. So if you like what you've seen so far on the 4-way compensation plan that NEXA provides, go ahead and tap that little like button, because you're going to love what comes next. And the 4th part of that compensation plan is the NEXA revenue share program. And really, this is what got me to NEXA in the first place. You see, what they've done is they've basically just modeled the EXP revenue share program, which was extremely successful in helping grow EXP Realty. And they've brought it to the mortgage industry and they've released it to your fellow Nexans, right? In order to help us help them grow NEXA Mortgage. And again, just think about it as compensation for contribution to helping grow the company. And basically, this allows any originator out there to grow their team across state lines without any of the hassles of compliance, of owning a building or renting a building or managing people. Basically, that entire burden is all on NEXA. You're basically building a brokerage inside of a brokerage without any of the hassles or expenses. So how does it work? So let's say that you've introduced a mortgage originator to NEXA Mortgage and they produce, right? Well, you get paid 10 basis points on those agents that you personally produce to the company up until they hit that $3 million cap. So let's say that you introduced me to the company and I produce $1 million in funded loans every month. So what you're going to get is 10 basis points, which is $1,000 from the company side for your revenue share. And what's really cool is there's no limit to the number of originators that you can personally sponsor into the company. And also there's no limit to the amount of revenue share that you can earn as well. And if building revenue share is something that you want to jump into, you don't have to quit production to do it. There's a ton of originators that I know out there who have large revenue share organizations and are also top producers. And the cool thing is it goes 3 levels deep, right? There are some rules that you have to follow in order to open levels 2 and 3. And I've got another video that goes into a deep dive on that. So check that one out as well. And by the way, it's willable. And think of it as a safety net for your family. If something was to happen to you, then your family would be able to take over that revenue share. And number 6, contract processing. Now you do have the option to hire your own processor. You have the option to self-process, but man, I gotta tell you, I just love contract processing. I mean, these processors tend to be rock stars, and the thing I like about it the most is if the file does not close, they don't get paid. They're not on a salary or anything. It's all commission. So they're motivated to get it done for you. And one of the cool things about contract processing is you're not married to the processor. You're not forced to work with somebody. If it's a processor that you just don't click with, who doesn't do follow-up to your standards or isn't good enough for you, then you can just fire them and use a different contract processor. So when I need a new processor, what I do is I go to loanofficersupport.com, I log into the dashboard, I go to the processors tab. This is how I do it. So what you'll notice here is that we've got almost 500 different processors to choose from. You can see the thumbs up, you can see the thumbs down, you can see the reviews, so you can click on those reviews. You can read the reviews so that you can get a good idea of if this is going to be a good processor for you. Now, when you do narrow it down to a couple processors that you want to talk to, you can just click this little Zoom button and you'll be instantly connected to that processor. And there you can interview them. So if I'm interviewing a new processor, there's a set of questions that I like to ask. Now you can ask your own questions, but number 1, I want to know, do they have the capacity to handle my files? Number 2, I want to know what their overall capacity is. I want to also know, do they have an assistant, a processing assistant? I also want to know, do you do weekly reviews? Do you do the initial disclosures? And are you the sole contact for my borrower, or do I need to jump in there once in a while and help get stuff done? So let's say that you are in Arizona and you need a processor that's familiar with UWM. So what you're going to do is come up over here to the state drop down. You're going to click select your state. Then you're going to select United Wholesale Mortgage, and then you're going to see that you've got 44 processors who are pretty good at working with UWM. And by the way, this is one of my favorite processors right here. Don't tell anybody, she's all mine. But you can see that we've got thumbs up, thumbs down, and reviews so that you can get a good idea again of how this person will work with you. And again, if the processor doesn't meet your standards, then you can move on to a different processor. And number 7 is going to be picking the right sponsor. So what is a sponsor? A sponsor is the person who most influenced you to join NEXA Mortgage, right? Now, when it comes to a sponsor, their only responsibility is to help you onboard. Once onboarding is done, they can disappear and you can be on your own, right? So that's one reason why it's really important to make sure that you do pick the right sponsor, right? Now, a sponsor can provide things to you like programs, systems, software, marketing strategies, and coaching as well to help you succeed and grow your business, right? Now, depending on who you choose as a sponsor, you may have access to their upline as well. So if your sponsor has products, systems, coaching, software, whatever available, then you have a good chance of having access to that as well. So when you choose me as your sponsor, not only do you get access to the software, the programs, the systems, the coaching that I've built and provided over the years, but you also get access to the software, programs, systems, coaching and mentorship that my sponsor has brought to us as well. Okay, so that should give you a real good understanding of some of the crucial things that you need to know before you actually think about joining NEXA Mortgage, right? Now, if you are thinking about joining NEXA Mortgage and you want to know what our team here is doing differently to help you not only grow your origination business, but also grow your revenue share as well, then go ahead and give me a call, shoot me a text message, send me a DM, or even use that little link below and schedule a private one-on-one consultation so that we can discuss and see if NEXA is a good fit for you. Until next time, we'll see you in the next video.